welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always got something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Nicholas Playlog.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle, and today, guys, we're going to be breaking down the Rangers versus the Blue Jays opening weekend series. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as well, today, Jays is the code for Monkey Knife Fight. Use it and get discounts and deals. All right, Nick. I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Back,
I'm
baby.
super excited. I've been thinking about this all week, and it's finally here.
Yeah.
Rangers, Blue Jays. Do you like this matchup for the first opening series?
I mean,
You know?
how could you not? You know, how could you not, guys? The Rangers were an absolutely god-awful franchise last year. They should be a little bit better this season, you know, with some of their offseason ads, which we will get into. But when you're looking at the grand scheme of things in a division with the Rays and the Red Sox and the Yankees, this is a pretty good first outing for the Toronto Blue Jays to get a little warmed up on. You know, it's like we're starting on the treadmill on easy, and we're going to start ramping up as time goes on.
Yeah, I like it. Well, we got to ramp up fast because New York is next.
We do. We absolutely do.
Right.
So hopefully the hitters can get off to a hot start. We're going to take a look at their pitching. We should. We definitely should. But before we get into that, I think the best way to go about like previewing this, kind of looking at it, is maybe take a look at that Texas Rangers team, what they brought in, their lineup, their pitchers, who we're going to be looking at, because I know a lot of people aren't as familiar. We're not Ranger experts here by any means, but I know that you did find their projected lineup. Keyword projected here. It could definitely change on a Texas Rangers website that claims to be a Rangers expert. So what do they got?
So going through the lineup, leading off, our old friend Marcus Semien is going to be playing second base.
Right.
Corey Seager, another acquisition they got at shortstop. Nathaniel Lowe is first baseman in the 3-hole. Adolis Garcia, who's going to be in center field, who actually was a Rookie of the Year candidate, so that's one of their pieces that they have to build around. Cole Calhoun, Nick Solak, Brad Miller, and then Willie Calhoun, and then their catcher could either be Jose Trevino or Mitch Garver. I don't know how they're going to distribute the catchers, but one of them will be going in on opening day. And what do you think about that lineup, Nick?
I mean, it's definitely improved from last season, right? Like Marcus Semien, obviously nothing to scoff at whatsoever.
MVP3.
We understand how good he was for them. I imagine that he's got a few more good years left. Corey Seager, nothing to scoff at right there, guys. When this guy is healthy, he is one of the best hitters in baseball. A 915 OPS last year. He got paid accordingly. So, also, Mitch Garver used to be a Minnesota Twin. He had an 875 OPS last year coming from the catcher. That is very, very good. These are all off-season acquisitions that they acquired. And those are their best three hitters.
Yeah,
those are their best three hitters, right?
They are.
So, I mean, those guys are very, very good. Nathaniel Lowe, he was actually pretty decent. A lot of RBIs last year. A young kid, 771 OPS. Maybe he could have a good breakout year. And like you said, Adolis Garcia, he's got some stuff to offer. He could be a little bit better. Everyone else is asshole, though.
Absolutely.
Everyone else is really, really bad.
They're really bad. You know, maybe they've got something in Solak too. The Calhoun guys, are they brothers? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But the Calhouns,
guys,
maybe they got something
I
there.
looked them up. They both have like 670 OPSs, so maybe they have a little bit of a brotherly
Maybe they do.
thing going on there.
Maybe they do.
Yeah.
But another area on their team that definitely is a little bit asshole-ish, and no offense to Rangers fans, is that rotation.
A little bit of offense. Tiny bit.
Tiny bit. I mean, they're probably like, we know. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Again, you're moving in the right direction, but we understand your struggles of having no pitching. We were once there.
Before we move on the freaking rotation, I do want to say one stat right here, guys. Just on the offense, last season they were ranked 30th in team OPS.
Pretty bad.
There's 30 teams in baseball. So
pretty bad.
That's like I would say maybe the worst.
That's
even.
absolutely the worst.
So anyways, just a little number right there. They bring a lot of guys, but it was pretty awful offensively. Pitching wise, they were ranked 23rd in ERA, team ERA, so maybe a little bit better right there. But it's still pretty awful. Continue.
Yeah, really bad. The old guy they brought in, though, the best pitcher is John Gray. And if you look at his ERA, it's also bad. It's 4.59. However, there is a bit of Coors effect because his expected ERA, according to StatCast, is 3.95. So maybe you're like an okay pitcher. You're a good pitcher, right? You're serviceable. And a lot of people like John Gray.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe he finds it in Texas. But everybody else, pretty bad. What do you got on everybody else?
I was looking at it, guys, like 4.74 ERA from Perez, a 4.51 from Dane Dunning, 4.66 from Taylor Hearn, and Spencer Howard, their projected fifth guy, literally a 7.43 ERA from him. To put that in perspective, there is not a single pitcher that they have currently on the roster who did better than a single pitcher that is currently on our starting rotation roster. Like, literally every single one of these guys was worse than Kikuchi. And Kikuchi, people are being like, oh, why did we get Kikuchi? It's like, well, he's better than literally every single Texas Ranger here.
Better than John Gray.
Yeah, better than literally every single one of them. So, pitching-wise, guys, this is a really bad team. I do believe their offense is going to be better than ranked 30th this season. I could see this offense, even if Nathaniel Lowe takes another step, Adolis Garcia does good. I know Brad Miller is okay, and with the 3 guys that they did acquire, I could see this offense being in the teen range. It's possible.
Possibly, absolutely.
I do not think that the pitching rotation is going to be a lot better. I think the 23rd is going to be maybe a reach, honestly. I think this is going to be very, very bad team pitching-wise. So, with that being said, we have a major advantage pitching-wise, because it doesn't matter who they throw at us. They are not going to be as good as Jose Barrios, who is going to be doing opening day for the Toronto Blue Jays, Kevin Gausman, who's going to be going second day for us, and even Hyun-Jin Ryu, arguably one of our worst pitchers.
He was our worst last year.
Is still better than every single one of those guys that they had last season.
Yeah. It should be a nice opening day series for the Blue Jays, and we could talk about the lineup, but we're not even gonna. I don't even want to get into
our lineup.
We know our lineup. Our lineup is heads and tails better than everybody.
They were ranked 30th in team OPS. We were ranked first last season.
Absolutely.
We're literally bring in some guys. Opposite. We lost Semien, one of the guys that they brought in, but still, come on. There's a big gap there.
Yeah. So what do you have for the opening day or opening weekend series prediction? What do you have us doing?
I mean, frankly, guys, I was gonna do a 2-1 thing, but I'm not even. I think that we're just gonna kick their ass.
We're gonna sweep them.
I think that we're gonna sweep them. It's knock on wood right here. Just to channel that energy. But it's there's nothing in here that makes me think that our guys are not going to be able to absolutely annihilate these pitchers. You could say that maybe Ryu does a bad outing.
Right, but that's the only one you can go off of.
It comes down to it's there's not a single pitcher here who I'm even remotely worried about. We're going to be at home. Right. They have to come from Texas, maybe one of the farthest geographical travels all the way to Toronto. We're going to be at home. I just don't see any way that we can lose games to these losers.
And I do want to ask this one because a lot of people were worried about Jose Barrios is starting in spring training, giving up runs. Is that worry you at all? You think he's going to be fine for opening day?
I'm not remotely concerned about spring training at all. I know that we have seen Jose Barrios. I remember even going to a game where Jose Barrios has got annihilated in the first, second inning before.
Yeah.
It does happen. He's not the Jacob deGrom of pitchers. He's still a very, very good pitcher. I'm not that concerned, though, guys, because it just comes down to our opposition. Our lineup is still better than their lineup, and their pitchers are still worse than our pitchers.
Yeah.
So there's just no area here where they have the advantage. I don't think that their bullpen's as good as our bullpen.
No.
They're not at home. They don't have any home fan support. I don't see any way that these guys are going to be able to do anything to us. Maybe Marcus Semien pops off because he wants to show up to Toronto and be like, hey, guys.
That's the one guy I have that's maybe he could do something because he's played here before. Maybe he feels comfortable. Maybe he feeds off the crowd. And how do you think that return's going to be? Just a little cherry on top here. What do you think that return's going to be? Is it going to be a warm welcome? Is it going to be a bit of a mix of both?
There's probably, there's probably going to be some drunk fans out there who are getting on this guy for going a different way. But guys, I want to stop that right in his tracks right now. If you're going to opening day, $175 million.
Were we gonna offer him that?
No, absolutely not.
No.
If I would be fucking pissed off if we offered him. But it's I would do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I would go play on the Texas Rangers for $175 million. I would go play on the worst offense in baseball for that money. So no disrespect, you got paid, dude, and you deserved it.
Absolutely. And I know fans get caught up in the moment where it's we had such a good team, much been a winning team, and blah blah blah. It's well, here's the thing. He had a plan coming to Toronto. And it was to go get paid. He got paid. And he succeeded with that plan. Yeah. We helped him get there. So, he's probably got a lot of appreciation for Toronto and obviously our team because he spent an entire year with us. Yeah. So we only got love for Marcus Semien, and I hope that we all can show that with him in the opening days.
I agree. So, guys, we are predicting the 3-0 sweep. I would say I would be okay with the 2-1.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be like, all right, good. It's I would not be remotely okay with a 1-2 start. Nope. That's not what you want to see, especially because we have New York next. And God forbid It is 0-3 to begin the season. The baseball season is very, very long, folks. But like that's one of those things where you like, I would start getting. I would even be worried. I would even be concerned.
The thing is, you gotta like. It all depends what happens in the game.
Yeah.
Like if there's some pitcher blow-ups or whoever you can like kind of point
think
it
about
at.
it. Every single pitcher would probably. They all need to suck, and the offense would have to suck
to their shitty pitching. So it's like, well, guys, wake up? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be worried for the season, but I'd be like, holy shit! Like we could have a horrible April.
Yeah, it's like just because exactly our April is definitely our hardest month, guys. Yes. So this we got to get the sweep.
We need to get a sweep or at least a 2-1, but. Yeah. Moral of this, we think that they're bad and we're really good, and we're very, very excited to be talking about baseball again. We are going to be live for literally every single one of these games. We're going to be previewing every single one of these games before, and we're doing a post-game reaction behind every single one of them too. So stick around for all of it if you're not going to be there live. It's going to be so much fun this weekend, and comment down below what you think is going to happen in this series. We're going 3-0.
Absolutely, guys. You can become a Patron for $3 a month. Shout out, thank you to all of our current Patreon members. You keep this podcast going.
Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!